The time was the 1970s, the high watermark of the tennis boom. And tennis players weren't just athletes, they were rock stars. Crossover cultural icons commanding big-time attention all over the world. And so Tennis Channel is pleased to offer an exclusive presentation of one of that era's finest events, the nationally televised Pepsi Grand Slam, a four-man ATP tournament that took place from 1976 to 1980. The Pepsi Grand Slam, a high-stakes shootout featuring the game's very best. The passionate Jimmy Connors always leaving it all on the court. His biggest rival, the understated Swede, Bjorn Borg. The young John McEnroe making his way to the top. Arthur Ashe, classy and and a host of other top players, Vitas Gerulaitus, Manuel Orantes, Brian Gottlieb, and the dashing Argentine, Guillermo Vilas. They're all here, giving their all. It's the Pepsi Grand Slam, only on Tennis Channel.
Yes. Oh, that's just too good.
Shot of this match by far.
Beautiful hitting there.
Hi, I'm Kevin Frazier, and welcome to Tennis Channel Classics. You know, throughout the history of tennis, there have been special events that promote our sport in ways that are both innovative and engaging. One such competition began in 1976. It was called the Pepsi Grand Slam, a four-man ATP event pitting a quartet of the game's very best male players, often including those who'd recently earned Grand Slam singles titles. Now, it aired on national TV on CBS. The compressed format of the Pepsi Grand Slam was exceptionally compelling, and these battles were very fierce, my friend. Now, the match you're about to see is a semifinal from the 1978 Pepsi Grand Slam between two of the game's biggest stars, Jimmy Connors and Vitas Gerulaitus. You know, Gerulaitus is often remembered for his flamboyant off-the-court personality, but don't forget what a spectacular player he was. At one point, he was ranked only behind Jimmy Connors and Bjorn Borg. Gerulaitis' aggressive net-rushing game was the result of a first-rate work ethic and tremendous ability to cover the court. Connors, meanwhile, at this point, was coming off a rough year that had seen the death of his father and the loss of two Grand Slam finals, so setbacks that had made him especially focused for the 1978 season. All right, let's take you now to CBS's Pat Summerall and Tony Trabert and Tennis Channel's presentation of the 1978 Pepsi Grand Slam semifinal between Jimmy Connors and Vitas Gerulaitus.
Ladies and gentlemen, this match will be the best of three sets. In the event that games reach 6-all in any set, the 12-point tiebreaker will be in effect. The first player to win 7 points by a margin of at least 2 points wins the tiebreaker and the set. Connors won the toss and has elected to receive. Gerulaitis will serve first. Linesman ready? Play.
Yes, Gerulaitis to serve to Jimmy Connors.
Not a bad start for Jimmy Connors.
Love 15.
Connors, by the way, won the toss and elected to receive.
Up. 15-all.
It's a rather gusty day down here, and he wants to get warmed up, settle down a little bit, get rid of the early jitters.
30, 15. Up. Up.
Short approach shot, Pat.
30-all.
Connors warmed up with a long sleeve sweater on, has taken it off. You might notice that Vitas still has a short sweater on, and I think this kind of a day, it's a good day to keep the sweater on.
Temperature in the 60s, but gusty and overcast. Rather cool.
Big serve by Vitas Gerulaitus. He holds and leads 1-0 first set.
After performing almost 1,500 weight loss surgeries, I know the real secret to losing weight. In people who have had surgery, the upper part of your stomach is stretched out after a meal, and your brain says, "Stop, I'm full." Virtually every bariatric procedure uses this mechanism, but not surgery. Come with me. That's why I created Full Bar. By eating all natural Full Bar and drinking a glass of water before the 2 largest meals of your day, the same principles go to work, but without the surgery. After a very small meal, the upper part of your stomach is stretched out and your brain says, "Stop, I'm full." That's because Full Bar works on the same principle as weight loss surgery. Thanks to Full Bar, you can finally have that appetite satisfaction your brain craves, and you don't have to give up real food.
That's why in a recent study, 95% of the people who ate Full Bar lost weight.
95%. Now, so can you.
Find out how to get a free month supply and free copy of Why Diets Don't Work. For all the details, visit fullbar.com.
Here's how it works. Eat a Full Bar before the 2 largest meals of your day. Drink a glass of water. Wait 30 minutes, then eat. You'll be surprised at how little food it will take to satisfy your appetite. And isn't that what you've always been craving? Appetite satisfaction.
Because with appetite satisfaction comes weight loss. That's why in a recent study, 95% of the people who ate Full Bar lost weight.
As an MD and bariatric surgeon, I put my reputation and expertise into Full Bar.
Visit fullbar.com to find out how to get your free month supply of all-natural Full Bar and free copy of Why Diets Don't Work by Dr. Michael Snyder. For all the details about this free offer, visit fullbar.com now.
The future looks brighter with us. U.S. Bank is the country's 6th largest commercial bank. The first choice for more than 14 million customers, including 458 of the Fortune 500. We've delivered a dividend every year since 1863. All across the country, clients rely on us. Today, U.S. Bank is eager to help your business take off. Yes, the future looks brighter with us, U.S. Bank.
The holidays come but once a year. So this year, give your family the gift that has it all. The HP TouchSmart PC. Touch the future now for as little as $1299.99. Or get a new HP Pavilion DV5T with Intel Centrino 2 processor technology for just $649.99. Call 1-800-BUY-MY-HP or go to hp.com/magic or visit a retailer.
Now serving.
Gerulaitus won the first game, holding serve, did not even sit down on the court change. Now Connors to serve.
Take your seats quickly, please. Thank you.
Flow. The umpire is encouraging the crowd to sit down quickly. They're still coming in.
Heard the old saying, a game of inches. Connors just in a normal rally. If he doesn't hit the top of the net, stays in the point. That one bounced up and set it up for Gerulaitus. might wonder why Connors decided not to hit an overhead on that lob, that it is windy. The ball was moving around. Matter of fact, it almost hit Connors when it came down. Came on the other side of him. He had to turn around, so he took his eye off it momentarily. Again, Connors in trouble because of the let cord, but Gerulaitus missed the forehand. What a break for Connors.
I was there.
40, 50.
What did he say? I was there?
I was there.
But he wasn't.
Had to have a 20-foot arm to reach that one. 40-15. As we watch this match, Pat, we might watch how Connors, when he starts hitting those ground strokes and getting depth and pace, he starts to get inside of that baseline, looking for either a floater or a short ball so he can take advantage of it before his opponent can recover into a good position. Just wide.
His playing surface is rather slow. And the great thing about it is, we've commented before, if a ball is out and just out, as that one was, you can see the mark. Sort of a granular surface.
This particular one is called Fast Dry. It's sort of the same surface they use at Forest Hills.
Or did, I guess.
Right.
I guess they still do. Of course, the U.S. Open will be at the new in Flushing Meadow. And that will not be this slow. Beauty.
Even though Gerulaitus, we'll watch that again. Now watch him. He anticipates the ball coming down the line. He was there, but his next volley was short. Connors was able to get it past him. Love 15.
Games are 1-all first set. It's the best 2 out of 3. Gerulaitus, in the event that you might not know, is one of the quickest players. He really covers the court. Of course, so does Connors.
He also is very happy to play on this type of surface. He won the Italian championships, which is on a clay court. Everything was 3 out of 5, so you know he can play on this kind of a surface.
Vitas is from Howard Beach, New York. He's done an awful lot of work in youth programs in the New York area. He's quite a guy.
Boy, Jimmy got just what he wanted. He floated a ball that made Gerulaitus back up. It's double break point now for Connors. When Vitas backed up, his return was very short. Connors jumped on it quickly and hit a winner.
So again, anytime you see that short ball, Connors is coming.
Connors going up to look at the mark. Circles it. The linesman has corrected his call, so they'll play a let.
Which means?
2 serves. Anytime there's a let called, you automatically get 2 serves.
Short ball again.
On a break point, very dangerous, and it costs Gerulaitus. So Connors is broken and leads 2-1 first set.
What would you say to a deep pain relief cream that can naturally begin to relieve arthritis pain, joint stiffness, and muscle aches in 30 minutes or less?
Myomed.
Presenting Myomed, the natural deep pain reliever. What would you say to an odor-free, non-irritating cream that penetrates deep for pain relief to sore muscles, tendons, ligaments, and arthritic joints?
Myomed.
New Myomed, the odor-free, non-irritating, natural deep pain reliever. What would you say to a cream with a unique delivery system that can target pain relief straight to the parts of your body that need it most?
Myomed.
New Myomed, the targeted, odor-free, non-irritating, natural deep pain reliever. Now what would you say if I told you you can try Myomed for free?
My.
Now for a limited time, get a free supply of Myomed and a free copy of 9 Secrets to Pain-Free Living. New Myomed is the deep pain relief cream that is non-prescription and safe. In 30 minutes or less, Myomed's clinically proven ingredients begin to relieve arthritis pain, joint stiffness, and muscle aches. So what would you say to a deep pain relief cream that makes it easy to carry life's biggest bundle of joy?
Myomed.
Myomed, the targeted, odor-free, non-irritating, natural deep pain reliever. And did I mention that you can try Myomed for free? Call now and ask how you can get your free supply of safe, natural, non-prescription Myomed. You'll also receive your free copy of the 9 Secrets to Pain-Free Living. This offer is not available in any store and is for a limited time only. Call this number now for your free month's trial supply and book, or visit myomednow.com.
Every question on there, is very descriptive of yourself and what you're looking for.
eHarmony asked me things about myself that needed to be asked.
So I like the system. I like that it does the work for you. It really does.
You just got to take your time. You have to fill it out honestly.
I finished my questionnaire for eHarmony on September 6th, and I was matched up with Lee on October 2nd.
It all starts with the eHarmony questionnaire. Log on today and review your matches for free.
They were a series of memorable matches, pitting the best players of a golden era against each other. Great names, legendary figures like Connors, Bohr, McEnroe, Ash, Gerulaitus, and more. The competition was fierce, the rivalries unequaled. The Pepsi Grand Slam of tennis, 1980 final, Bjorn Borg versus Vitas Gerulaitus. Tomorrow night at 8:30 on Tennis Channel, home of the Slams.
We're at Boca West for the Grand Slam of tennis. Connors, Gerulaitus. Beat us in the near court. Jimmy Connors, of course, at the far end. The winner of this against Borg.
Players are waiting while some spectators file in and get into their seats.
Love 15. Ball. Love 30. Love.
long, and it's triple bake point for Gerulaitus. 2 points in a row, Pat. Vitas came in. Connors hit the second serve. Vitas made the return and rushed. Might be part of his plan to try to jump on Connors' serve and attack. It's a good tactic as long as you get your shot deep. If you don't, it's suicide. Good deep lob by Gerulaitus. A strange attempt by Connors cost him his serve, and it's 2-all. Strange because the ball was hit so high that Connors had time to get back quickly and get into position to hit a normal overhead smash. Instead, he sort of loafed back and tried to hit a sort of over-the-shoulder shot, low percentage. There is some wind, so perhaps Connors thought it was going out.
All first set. Best 2 out of 3. Connors, Gerulaitus.
Wide. Pat, so many times we've talked about Connors' one-handed shot, the forehand coming up the line where he's attacking. He misses the ball a lot. So far today, he has been hitting a lot of them topspin and cross-court. Now, that may be because he thinks that Gerulaitis' backhand is what he would like to attack. Foot fault called on Gerulaitis. Was wide.
Something we really don't seem called too much is a football. What constitutes that?
Well, if you're stepping on the line or inside of the court, when you strike the ball in the serve, it's called a football, and that means that the serve is negated. Even if you serve an ace, it doesn't count. It's like serving a fault. It's carelessness, Pat. You got to stay away from that baseline. See, he's awfully close. And as he turns that foot, the pivot, the toe might turn onto that line, so if you just back off 2 or 3 inches, he'd be fine. That's well wide. But I don't know of a rule in any sport that is violated more than the foot fault rule in tennis. The average weekend tennis player, so many of them foot fault. You know, I always say they won't let you get it on 2 bounces. That's a rule. So, you know, foot faulting is a rule also. Oh, good shot. Just inside the baseline, and it's break point for Connors.
30-40.
Fine touch by Vitas. Connors did a good job to get to it.
Yes.
Had to play it one-handed on his two-handed side and missed the angle.
It's deuce.
watch Vitas when he lines up the server, how he has what we call a closed stance on his serve.
Second service.
I don't recall he did that, Pat. Maybe he's experimenting a little bit because he has had some service problems in the past.
Up. Advantage Connors.
Didn't like the call.
Again, it's break point. Well, you did see Connors signal to Vitas that it was out, and players like that because, again, that just erases the doubt in your mind.
Just wide. Wide. Barely, and here comes Jimmy.
And the first double fall of the match cost Gerulaitus his serve, and Connors leads 3-2 first set.
Tommy presents Tennis in Paradise, Las Vegas. It's the city that defines indulgence. But there's more to this desert oasis than the bright lights of the Strip. Tennis is first on your list, of course, and Vegas is a tennis town with many great courts to choose from. Improve your game by booking time with a pro at one of the top-notch private clubs here. Off the courts and outside the bustle, you'll find the area surrounding Vegas filled with surprising options for getting some quality time together. Springs Preserve is home to a romantic 8-acre botanical garden and 2 miles of desert trails. Here's something to tell your friends about. Soaring in a glider high above the desert is an unforgettable experience. The sights and sounds will stay with you long after your feet are back on the ground. Then, head to one of Vegas's award-winning spas and complete your day in this desert paradise with some well-deserved pampering. Find out more about this tennis paradise at tennischannel.com.
Before Jenny Craig, Mom and I weren't so active, but now we're really getting out there. I have more energy and a new size. Me too. I lost 40 pounds at a center, and Mom's already lost 35 pounds with their at-home program, Jenny Direct. It's so convenient. Her food is delivered, and her consultations are over the phone.
Join for just $6 a week plus the cost of food. Call 1-800-96-JENNY now.
I'm a size energetic. What's your ideal size?
Come on, Valerie. Keep up.
Have you called Jenny yet?
March 11, 2008. Novak Djokovic is famous for cracking up crowds with his impersonations of Maria Sharapova. But the Russian beauty had the last laugh at the 4th annual K-Swiss Desert Smash charity event when she aced a slapsticking serve. The cause benefits Variety Club of the Desert, a children's charity that helps the Coachella Valley's neediest children.
It's a star-studded tennis, the 2008 WTT All-Star Smash Hits. Premieres tomorrow at 5:30 p.m. only on Tennis Channel. Race cars depend on fuel for optimum performance, and so do tennis players. Food is their fuel, and the night before a match, the pros fill up their tanks.
We want to load up on carbs right before a match and the night before.
At night, we usually try to eat a bigger meal. You know, big steak.
I eat pretty much just as much as I can. Just try to have as much fuel in the tank as I can. And the night before, eating tons of chicken, steak, pasta, kind of everything I can eat to make sure I'm full.
Pit stops are crucial for maintaining cars during a race, and the pros use changeovers in the same way, taking advantage of the time to retool their body's needs.
You dehydrate as well if the conditions are very extreme, and so you need to drink a lot of water, drink liquids.
You can run out of energy, and it's important to have some bar or something always with you.
Happy birthday, Tennis Channel. High five.
Connors leads 3-2 first set, and Jimmy will serve in the near court.
And we've had 3 service breaks in the first 5 games. This type of surface is slower, as you mentioned, Pat, a higher bounce. Players can get to more balls. The serve is not as effective, so you're more apt to have more service breaks on this kind of a court than you might on a faster surface.
Quiet, please. Thank you.
Flo Blanchard again asking for quiet. People to settle, and Connors motions to the other end where the crowd is still coming in. And a lot still standing outside.
He's gotten the label Broadway Vitas. Owns 2 or 3 rather expensive automobiles.
Chris Everett.
And her sister, Jeannie.
Right.
Good deep approach that time by Gerulaitus, but Connors took his time. Nailed that one-hander up the line. Oh, that wind really blew that ball around. You might have been able to see it on your set, but that ball must have moved 2 or 3 feet from Connors' right to left. It's a good play on this kind of a court, Pat, when it is windy. When a player comes in it, if you lob it, because it is tougher to hit the overhead, plus you can track down some overhead because it doesn't go as quickly. Big shot by Connors, who now has held serve and taken a 4-2 lead.
Dan Connors, he leads 4 games to 2.
Vitas sort of just shook his head. He thought he hit a pretty good shot. Yeah, he hit a good forehand with good depth and pace. And Jimmy just knocked it right by him.
Jimmy Connors about to receive serve from Vitas Gerulaitus. Good serve.
15 love.
Pat Summerall with Tony Trabert on a cool and rather brisk day in South Florida.
I think there are a lot of people in New York and that area that might accept this weather very happily.
Those who can't get out.
Pat, in watching so far, I get the feeling that Connors doesn't. Gerulaitus can hurt him much on this court. There is a play that all tennis players should recognize. When Connors hit that forehand and realized he had put Gerulaitus in a bad position, he automatically came rushing forward because he knew he'd either get a floater or a short ball.
And Tony, when he had a chance to put it away, he knew he didn't have to hit it that hard.
Right, he didn't overplay the balls right, Pat, because there was no way Vitas could get back. Here's part of that last point. You see how deep Gerulaitus is, and a swinging high forehand volley by Connors. It ticked the top of the net. Vitas couldn't get there. It's double break point at 15-40.
Waiting for quiet.
Gerulaitus having an awful lot of trouble getting that first serve. He has not gotten many in at all so far. So Jimmy Connors has now moved out to a 5-2 lead first set.
I beat Moya when I was 300 in the world, and he was number 4. And I was just 18 years old, so that was a huge breakthrough.
Absolutely sublime tennis.
I jumped from 300 to 100 in 1 month.
I think the match that, certainly the match that I beat him in the French Open final is the career-changing match for me.
Perhaps the shot of the week.
I was doing well in majors, but I was pretty content getting to the quarters and semis, and got to the final against Edberg, and I gave in the 4th set and didn't really fight hard, and felt like it was good enough to get to the finals. And so weeks after and months after, it really bothered me. I felt like I was kind of copping out a little bit, and that changed everything. It really did. I would not be sitting here with 14 majors if I didn't lose that match.
They are giants of the court, some of the ever play the game. Now they're squaring off once again. The 2008 Outback Champions Series features an amazing lineup of tennis legends. 8 tournaments in 8 cities. In the end, only one can be called champion. Next up, it's a sizzling shootout in Arizona at the Cancer Treatment Centers of America Championships. Premieres Monday at 7 p.m. only on Tennis Channel, home of the Slams.
Part of the reason for the holdup of the last game was the crowd outside
Thank you.
chanting, "We want in." I don't blame them. There are a lot of people still standing outside trying to get in. Connors and Gerulaitus waiting, not necessarily too happy. Connors in the first set 5-2, and he's about to serve.
And serving with new balls too, Pat, which can be a little tougher to control. They'll be a little faster this game, might serve a little better, but a little more difficult to control them on ground strokes.
What effect would the wind have on new balls versus those that might have been used?
Actually, a little less effect on the new balls because they're a little smaller, more compact. The fuzz isn't fluffed out yet.
Love 15.
Gerulaitus on the left, Connors on the right, serving. How about that for some court coverage, ladies and gentlemen? Take a look at that again. See where Gerulaitus is. The angled volley. He gets over in time, gets the racket ready, and makes a good forehand down the line. Connors gets across on the dead run and blocks the volley into the open court.
15 all. First set. And Jimmy just said, would you ask him to hold just a minute?
Connors has broken serve 3 times in this first set. Gerulaitus has broken Connors once. Double set point for Connors. I don't think you could tell it, but Connors' forehand ticked the top of the net. Gerulaitus then missed the volley. And there's the first set to Jimmy Connors, 6 games to 2.
Do you have too much body fat? It tends to accumulate on your stomach, hips, and thighs. Body fat is unattractive and extremely hard to get rid of.
Are you struggling to lose weight? Does it seem like no matter what you do, you just can't get rid of excess body fat?
Body fat builds over our midsection on top of the muscle underneath the skin, and over the years, it gets worse. Body fat increases from having kids, stress at work, lack of exercise, and poor diet.
The Obesity Research Institute has found the solution. It's called Lipozene. Lipozene is clinically proven to help reduce your body fat and weight. And to raise awareness about this weight loss breakthrough, the company is letting people buy Lipozene risk-free for 30 days. In a moment, there will be a toll-free number on the screen that you can call to receive your risk-free trial.
Lipozene is so powerful that it's clinically proven to help you lose pure body fat. In fact, a recent major university double-blind study showed that not only did participants lose weight, but 78% of each pound that was lost was pure body fat.
What's even more amazing is that people were not asked to change their daily lives. It's so easy. Just take Lipozene. That's it. If you're ready to get rid of pounds of body fat, then call the number on your screen right now. Lipozene is worth the price because Lipozene is clinically proven to work.
Lipozene is now available over the phone direct from the manufacturer. Call now to try Lipozene risk-free for 30 days for only $29.95. Call in the next 10 minutes and we'll double your order and include your shipping free. This offer is not available in pharmacies or drugstores. Remember, Lipozene is clinically proven to reduce your body fat and weight or we'll refund your entire purchase price.
Call 1-800-381-0587. Call now.
Class is now in session at Tennis Channel Academy. This week, innovative coach John Everett premieres Sunday at 7:30 p.m. only on Tennis Channel.
Swing volley is one of the newest shots in tennis. If you add it to your game, it's going to make you a deadly player in the midcourt. You're on the baseline, you hit that big penetrating forehand. You want to move in and look for that next ball out of the air. And when you get that swing volley, you're going to hit the ball up here around your shoulder. You want to make sure you're coming under. You get good spin, so you have good net clearance and safety in the shot. And you hit it to the open court, run your opponent over there, and hopefully it's a winner. If not, you follow in and finish with an open court volley. One thing you don't want to do is let the ball drop below your swing volley. You're going to miss-hit the shot, and it's going to be a point for your opponent. The great thing about the swing volley is you take away your opponent's time, and they feel like they're out of the point right away because they've hit their shot, and you're making contact before they even turn around. Now that you know how to hit the swing volley, you want to use it in the midcourt so your opponent has no time to breathe.
For more 1-minute clinics, go to tennischannel.com/OMC.
You're watching Tennis Channel, the home of the slams.
Connors prided himself on his preparation and his ability to virtually jump out of the blocks. As he often put it, quote, "I played out there like a caged animal, and I liked it that way." Gerulaitus, meanwhile, prided himself on his ability to continue forcing the action. Cumulative pressure is what he called it, and was the premise for his net rushing. It also was the reason that he won so many times on all surfaces. We now return to Tennis Channel's presentation of the 1978 Pepsi Grand Slam semifinal between Jimmy Connors and Vitas Gerulaitus.
Connors wins the first set, 6-2.
Jimmy Connors coming up, asking again from the officials to please ask the people not to sit down except, or not to come in and sit down except on a court change. What's your impression so far of the way Vitas has planned this match?
Well, I don't think he's been very patient, Pat, on this kind of a surface. I think you have to be willing to rally more. He has also hit an awful lot of short ball. That invites a player like Connors to take it on the rise, take it early. He's closer to Vitas when he's hitting his approach shot, so he's been very successful with it.
He won the first set. Connors did 6-2.
Well, that was just a super two-hander by Connors because Vitas, here, take a look at this. Now watch how deep this ball goes. It's just inside the baseline. That's as good as approach shot as you can hit. And just like that, it's triple break point for Connors. First game of the second set. And good service ace number one for Gerulaitus.
Not to make excuses, but Vitas really hasn't been playing much lately.
Practicing, but hasn't played any tournaments since he won the Australian Open.
That's right.
And there's a service break for Connors. He now leads 1-0, second set.
Just when you think you have enough space, your things grow. It gets cramped, cluttered, and out of control. But now, there's a smart solution for storing too much stuff and not enough space. Space Bag Vacuum Seal Storage Packs. They come in two designs, flat and the amazing cube. It's like fitting 4 storage bins in one bag, giving you the power to control the clutter. Here's how it works. Just pack your items, seal the airtight zipper, then take any vacuum with a hose and vacuum out the air. It stays compressed and protected. Each space bag is made with 4 layers of protection, guaranteed to lock out dirt, bugs, and moisture. So when you open them, everything comes out as fresh and clean as the day you put it in. There's an entire family of space bag solutions, from super high capacity cubes to flat bags that store under the bed, in drawers, anywhere. No wonder Good Housekeeping calls space bags a smart solution for cramped closets and a better value than plastic bins.
What was this big stack of clothes on your bed is now this flat little package.
I've got several sweaters for my daughter in here, and it's so tiny, I can put it almost anywhere.
It just allows your home to have so much more livable space.
Oh, I'm very happy with my space bags. I love them.
You can find space bag products in thousands of stores, but the best offer ever is right here on TV. We'll send you the Jumbo Cube plus 2 large and 2 medium bags for just $19.95. Call now and get an additional Jumbo Cube bag, yours.
Plus, get a special vacuum seal hanging bag for coats and dresses at $10 value at no extra cost. Altogether, that's a $60 value for just $19.95, and it all comes with an unconditional money-back guarantee. If you have too much stuff and not enough space, get the smart solution, Space Bag Storage Packs. This TV offer is not available in stores, so call or go online now to take advantage of this exclusive Space Bag offer. Order now.
My dream is to be like Danica Patrick. Dad, what do you think?
Race? All right.
So I got a cool website from GoDaddy for my fans and sponsors. And a hot card from my dad. Beating the boys? That was up to me.
It's Danica Patrick.
You forgot this. Congratulations. Everyone has a dream. Build yours today with a domain name from GoDaddy.com.
We first talked on the phone 6.5 right into the early morning. We did that for some time, then we met.
And we just saw each other and instant connection. Snap.
Everything we do together is fun. Building the store together was a blast. There's this part of my life now that felt like she should have been there the whole time. And now it doesn't matter about the past. She's here now. So we're going to hit it full force.
See how it feels to be matched based on compatibility. Log on and review your matches for free. eharmony.com.
Connors won the first set 6-2. And it's just coming off a service break. It's best 2 out of 3 set match.
Nine games, and we've had 5 service breaks. 4 of those by Connors.
Which just goes to further prove your point that on this surface, the serve is not that great a weapon.
It really isn't, Pat, and I think that most players would be smart to get a higher percentage of first serves in, not hitting them quite so hard. You save energy. The other player doesn't get to swing at your second serve. You're less apt to serve a double fault and use the hard one once in a while, sort of a sneak attack.
Beauty. Based on the number of people that I still see standing outside and the people already in the stands, I think this flight is overbooked.
Seen that Connors jumped a little bit early that time. Was really on the way back down when he actually made contact with the ball. Love 30. If Gerulaitus will rally a little bit more with Connors. Give him a little junk. Don't just keep giving him pace. He might get into this match.
You're not going to out-hit him, that's for sure.
That's right.
We've seen that happen in the finals of the U.S. Open for the last 2 years.
And it's triple break point for Gerulaitus. He needs this to get even at 1-all in the second set. I don't know if he did it on purpose, Pat, but Vitas came in straight at Connors that time and cut down the angles. Good shot by Connors because he had been going cross-court with that same situation.
15-40.
Still double break point. a good play by Connors.
30-40.
When Gerulaitus was in trouble because of the deep shot by Connors, he tried to float the ball back, but Jimmy had come forward and was able to volley it. Still break point. Now that time I think Vitas changed his mind. He was going to make a volley, thought it might be going out, and try to get off the ball. So Connors has saved 3 break points and gotten to deuce. It was a rifle shot.
Would you consider Connors to be a very intelligent player, as well as the ability, which is obvious?
Well, sometimes, Pat, sometimes I think he overplays too many balls. He doesn't change his game when it's not working. Again, it's break point for Gerulaitus. In this particular match, he has been spinning his first serve, not really going for the big one. That's certainly smart, particularly in view of the fact that Gerulaitus has been taking his second serve and attacking off of it. This way you spin the first one in, and Gerulaitus doesn't know what you're going to do with it, so he can't be as aggressive. And Gerulaitus, with an outstanding backhand, has broken back and gotten even at 1-all second set.
Game Gerulaitus. Games are 1-all.
Connors won the first set. 6-2.
That's well out.
15 love.
Pat, these last 2 points, Vitas has spun his first serve in, has not tried to hit it hard, and really given Connors a couple of softballs, and he's gotten 2 errors from Jimmy Connors.
Does it again.
That's out. Now, having hit 3 easy first serves, this is a good time at 40. Chris Everett again and Sister Jeannie join the tennis. This is a good time to smash one if you want. He chose to spin it again with no pace at all on it.
40-15.
Fastball.
Yeah, looked like a low toss. Maybe kept it down a little bit because of the little breeze is here. Very poor approach shot by Gerulaitus.
40-30.
is out, so Gerulaitus has held his serve, and he leads 2-1 second set.
After performing almost 1,500 weight loss surgeries, I know the real secret to losing weight. In people who have had surgery, the upper part of your stomach is stretched out after a meal, and your brain says, stop, I'm full. Virtually every bariatric procedure uses this mechanism, but not everyone needs surgery. Come with me. That's why I created Full Bar. By eating all-natural Full Bar and drinking a glass of water before the 2 largest meals of your day, the same principles go to work, but without the surgery. After a very small meal, the upper part of your stomach is stretched out and your brain says, stop, I'm full. That's because Full Bar works on the same principle as weight loss surgery. Thanks to Full Bar, you can finally have that appetite satisfaction your brain craves, and you don't have to give up real food.
That's why in a recent study, 95% of the people who ate Full Bar lost weight.
95%. Now, so can you.
Find out how to get a free month supply and free copy of Why Diets Don't Work. For all the details, visit fullbar.com.
Here's how it works. Eat a Full Bar before the 2 largest meals of your day. Drink a glass of water. Wait 30 minutes, then eat. Be surprised at how little food it will take to satisfy your appetite. And isn't that what you've always been craving? Appetite satisfaction.
Because with appetite satisfaction comes weight loss. That's why in a recent study, 95% of the people who ate Full Bar lost weight.
As an MD and bariatric surgeon, I put my reputation and expertise into Full Bar.
Visit fullbar.com to find out how to get your free month supply of all-natural Full Bar and free copy of Why Diets Don't Work by Dr. Michael Snyder. For all the details about this free offer, visit fullbar.com now.
At Boca West, which is about an hour north of Miami, Pat Summerall with Tony Traber at the Grand Slam of Tennis. Semifinals between Jimmy Connors and Vitas Gerulaitus. Connors set 6-2.
Quiet, please.
And Jimmy's about to serve now in the second set.
Quiet,
at
please.
1-2. You're looking at Connors at the other end of the court, serving to Gerulaitus.
About 15.
All of a sudden, some softballs by Gerulaitus starting to pay off, though he did not get good depth on that point. Extracted an error from Connors, and it's love 30.
Mentioned before, that change of pace is what worked so well for Vilas at Forest Hills in the finals of the U.S. Open last year against Connors. And the year before that, it worked for Arantes.
Right, a lot of players think that if you don't give Connors much speed, you're better off. Here's part of that last point. The topspin lob not good, but Connors anticipated properly. He gets to this one, has to hit it one-handed and hits it in the bottom of the net. And it's double break point at 15-40. Might see Vitas come in, make the return and try to attack. Ooh. He wanted to, but Connors hit too deep a serve.
30, 40.
Still break point. I think Vitas will try again to try to come in if he can.
Here he comes.
That's out.
Game, Gerulaitus.
So with a little bit of help from the good Lord, Gerulaitus has broken serve. And he leads 3-1 second set. Connors could hit that ball any place he wanted. He elected to go back up the line and just missed it wide.
Just hitting himself because of that.
He just gave a little bit of the limp wrist there. He didn't like the swing he made on the backhand. Sort of laughing himself. You got to be kidding with that kind of a swing.
That was good.
Yeah.
Got part of the line.
Vitas says it was good. He circled the mark, which was half on the line. That's love 30. Vitas was hoping that one would be out, but did catch the line.
15-30. Service breaks come in bunches. In a court like this.
Double break point for Connors. Pat, the players, this is the kind of court where the players slide into the shots, and footing is not as good as it would be on a harder surface. So going in behind a player, as Connors did then, is a good play. You run into the corner, they come out and go back in the same corner.
Service ace, number 2 by Gerulaitus. Down the line.
30, 40.
So break point for Connors. Short second serve by Gerulaitus, and Connors just ripped it right past him for a service break. So Vitas leads 3-2 second set.
I've wasted a lot of time and money on diets that didn't work for me. And to be honest, I didn't think I could afford a proven program like Jenny Craig. But did you know that many Jenny Craig clients say they spend about the same or less on food than they did before they were on the program? So I joined Jenny, and I lost 72 pounds in just 40 weeks.
Join for just $6 a week, plus the cost of food. Call 1-800-JENNY20 now.
Get proven results. Call Jenny today.
Stars of Court and Screen teamed up for a day of play to make a difference in the lives of some special kids at the Bank of the West Pro Celebrity Tennis Classic, hosted by Luke and Murphy Jensen.
Everybody wins. There are no losers, and it's great.
The day started with a star-studded Pro-Am.
The Pro-Am, I was happy. I hit a really...
The celebrity exhibition was also entertaining.
I'm trying to be funny. I just see what happens.
But the kids' clinic was the biggest highlight.
You know, you just want to come out, make it a fun experience, and it's for a great cause at the same time.
Proceeds from the day-long event and evening gala helped several charities and wouldn't have been possible without Bank of the West.
It's heartwarming and it's also inspiring. It's wonderful to make the contributions for the kids.
It's very close to my heart because you feel it really could happen to anyone.
Just a single chromosome that separates you or me from someone with Down syndrome.
Well, as a tennis player, we're so fortunate to do something we love to do. It's just a great way to give back.
Today was amazing. You got to see where the money was going.
I'm Roger Federer, and you're watching my favorite channel, Tennis Channel, home of the slams.
Connors won the first set, 6-2. And he'll be serving in the near court.
6, please. Thank you.
You mentioned service breaks, Pat. There were 4 in the first set. We've had 4 in this set so far.
Waiting for the crowd to settle a bit.
Not getting any warmer, is it?
No. We are in South Florida. And it's better than it is in some places. But it's cool.
Gerulaitus shot hit right smack on the baseline. Might point out that these lines are tape lines, and when the ball hits them, they scoot. Stays down and will go faster. Completely different bounce than when it hits any other place on the court.
It becomes then a matter of reaction.
You better have that racket in the hitting position or you can forget it. When that airplane flew over, Connors waited. A lot of people don't realize that tennis players rely so heavily on sound. You see your opponent take a big swing at the ball, but you can't tell what kind of contact they've made unless you can hear it.
First service.
That's a good point. I think a lot of people wonder why for a basketball game the crowd is yelling and screaming. Players don't expect the fans to be quiet, but they do in tennis.
It's always been that way, but normal crowd reaction doesn't bother a player much, but it's like a jet going overhead can really completely kill the sound.
Good serve by Connors. Right on the center line.
First service.
There you go.
Notice how high that ball bounced. Might recall at Madison Square Garden we talked about that loose net indoors. Just wide.
40, 30.
Talking about the net, this one must be tight.
It is very tight.
Would you rather have it like that?
It should be like that. No, I'm not being critical of Madison Square Garden. Indoors, it's not a natural tennis arena, so they had sort of a temporary setup. But here is a regular tennis facility. The net posts are in the ground. Gerulaitus made a smart play trying to come in and take that floater by Connors in the air. He missed the next volley, so it is 3-all second set.
Jimmy Connors won the first set 6-2. But Gerulaitus has made an adjustment. So far, he's a much more impressive player in the second set.
He's settled down a lot. He's more patient, hit more softballs to Connors. Spun the first serve in more often.
15 love.
Service ace from Vitas, number 3.
Angle by Connors. Here's part of that again. This volley goes short, but it looked like it was going to work because Connors was deep, but he just rolled it cross court, not too hard, just inside the sideline.
Looking down at Chris Everett for her reaction after that, and even she said, wow. Friends of Connors.
Pat, I wouldn't be surprised to see Connors take a Gerulaitus second serve and try to hit a good approach and come in himself, because Vitas has gotten away with several real short serves.
We'll get a chance to see right now. First serve is see if he heard you.
He's standing awfully deep to do it.
That was a good second serve.
40, 30.
Deep.
All the good servers swing just as hard at the second serve as they do the first serve. They just get a little more the edge of the ball, create a little more spin for safety.
That's interesting.
Gerulaitus has held his serve, and he leads 4-3 second set.
Just when you think you have enough space, your things grow. It gets cramped, cluttered, and out of control. But now, there's a smart solution for storing too much stuff and not enough space. Space Bag Vacuum Seal Storage Packs. They come in 2 designs, flat and the amazing cube. It's like fitting 4 storage bins in 1 bag, giving you the power to control the clutter. Here's how it works. Just pack your items, seal the airtight zipper, then take any vacuum with a hose and vacuum out the air. Everything stays compressed and protected. Each space bag is made with 4 layers of protection, guaranteed to lock out dirt, bugs, and moisture. So when you open them, everything comes out as fresh and clean as the day you put it in. There's an entire family of space bag solutions, from super high-capacity cubes to flat bags that store under the bed, in drawers, anywhere. No wonder Good Housekeeping calls space bags a smart solution for cramped closets and a better value than plastic bins.
What was this big stack of clothes on your bed is now this flat little package.
I've got several sweaters for my daughter in here. It's so tiny, I can put it almost anywhere.
It just allows your home to have so much more livable space.
Oh, I'm very happy with my space bags. I love them.
You can find space bag products in thousands of stores, but the best offer ever is right here on TV. We'll send you the Jumbo Cube plus 2 large and 2 medium bags for just $19.95. Call now and get an additional Jumbo Cube bag, yours free. Plus, get a special vacuum seal hanging bag for coats and dresses, a $10 value at no extra cost. Altogether, that's a $60 value for just $19.95, and it all comes with an unconditional money-back guarantee. If you have too much stuff and not enough space, get the smart solution, Space Bag Storage Packs. This TV offer is not available in stores, so call or go online now to take advantage of this exclusive space bag offer. Order now.
Connors and Gerulaitus. Jimmy Connors first set 6-2. Vitas Gerulaitus leads the second one 4-3.
Thank you.
A lot of the people just got seated. They'd like to see this last a little bit longer. It might.
Any set goes to 6-all. We have a 12-point tiebreaker.
15-30.
Awfully close. Jimmy thought it was going to go well out.
Now he marks the spot. A 12-point tiebreaker, by the way. We get to that situation, you have to win by 2.
You also have to get to at least 7. Some of them call it lingering death because you can go on beyond the number 7. break point for Gerulaitus. All three of the points he has won this game have come on overhead smashes.
15-40.
When it's windy, gusty as it is today, if you're going to lob and you want the wind to help you a little bit, you got to get it up a little bit higher. Let that wind blow it around some.
Out. 30-40.
Still break point. Good attacking approach shot by Connors, but Gerulaitus still had a good swing at it and caught the tape. And now Connors has the advantage.
Advantage, Connors.
Real good depth that time by Connors. And you can see that Gerulaitus is a little upset with himself for letting those 2 break points get away.
Games for 4-all. Vitas just shakes his head.
They're coming out with new balls. You see the players going around. Connors is doing there. They're just smoothing the court. They'll do it particularly in the service court area, so you don't get any bad bounces. As the players slide on this type of court, the surface sort of bunches up.
Four-all second set. Jimmy Connors won the first set 6-2.
After that disappointment for Gerulaitus and letting those break points get away, let's see how he plays this game.
With new balls. The winner of this will go into the final. $125,000 first prize. Beauty.
Take a look at that again, and you'll see, I think, Vitas try a drop volley again on the forehand, and it went way too deep. Now he's out of position. Connors gets there and goes one-handed up the line, and it's love 30.
Talk about that first prize, $125,000. It's hard for me to even imagine. I broadcast a game last week where the winning team got $18,000 apiece. Reasonably important.
The Super Bowl, I should say. Triple break point. Pretty good time to get a cannonball serve in. Still double break point for Connors. You might recall that earlier in this set, Gerulaitus was having success spinning the ball in softly and keeping the ball in play. He's changed again and become more aggressive. There's a service break for Jimmy Connors. Just now leads 5 games to 4, second set.
Wimbledon was the last slam to switch from white tennis balls to yellow ones. In what year did this historic event occur?
Jimmy Connors won the first set 6-2, leads now 5-4, and he'll serve.
6, please, ladies and gentlemen.
It's the best 2 out of 3 sets. The winner of this goes into the finals against Bohr. A full house at Boca West.
Shot. Here's part of that. Now, this was a good lob where Gerulaitus got back but couldn't do much with it. Connors stays in the point right here. And watch that bingo. Connors come right off his feet in. That's what I was looking for. 15 love. That ball must hit right smack on the baseline, Pat, because it skidded. You notice Gerulaitus does not argue at all. He took a look and realized it hit on the line, so it's 30 love. And it's triple match point for Jimmy Connors. Gerulaitus thought he had hit a good enough shot to get a weak return by Connors. Instead, Jimmy got it down low, and he couldn't handle the volley. On the previous forehand that Connors hit rolled cross court, he had been looping that ball, and Gerulaitus been coming into the volley. At that time, he whipped it over a little faster, trying to sort of sucker Gerulaitus to come forward. He just didn't fall for it. Still double match point. That's long. Gerulaitis hanging in. Still match point. As a server here, you're trying to make up your mind. Do you go for a big one, try to get it over with, or spin it in and work for an opening?
And Connors wins 6-2, 6-4. And we'll have a rematch of that great final of 2 weeks ago. Connors against Borg.
You know, this loss to Connors was just one of many inflicted on Gerulaitus, but 2 years later, suffering 16 straight losses at Jimbo's hand, Gerulaitus at last snapped his losing streak and made one of his most memorable quips ever. Said Vitas, "Nobody beats Vitas Gerulaitus 17 times in a row." Sadly, the lovable Gerulaitus would die at the age of 40 in 1994. We miss him oh so much. Connors, meanwhile, would lose the 1978 Pepsi Grand Slam final to Bjorn Borg in straight sets. The same result would occur at the Wimbledon final, a loss that prompted Connors to issue a trademark comment of his own. Jimmy said, "I'm going to follow that SOB to the ends of the earth." And indeed, Connors did earn redemption, beating Borg in the finals of the 1978 U.S. Open. That's why they called it the golden age of tennis. Golden comments like that. For this edition of Tennis Channel Classics and our presentation of the Pepsi Grand Slam, I'm Kevin Frazier, and of course, we'll see you